to the Football for Kids podcast with me, Darren Rees. It's time for some more kids versus adults. Series 1 was so much fun to make, and the first episode of Series 2 came out just a couple of weeks ago. I have recorded another couple of episodes, and they were both crackers, so I thought to myself, why not make this a double episode? So that is exactly what I've done. A double episode on Kids vs Adults Series 2. First up, we are off to the beautiful country of Canada, where Ludo will be playing Henri. Both of these guys were extremely confident, and the forfeits, well, you just need to listen to it. So let's see how those guys got on in this episode of Kids versus Adults.
Hello, I'm Ludo. I'm 46 years old. I live in Canada, but I'm French, and obviously I cheer for Les Bleus, the French national team, and my favorite club is l'Olympique de Marseille.
Hello, I'm Henri. I'm 13, and I'm from Canada. And just like him, I support Olympique de Marseille. Allez les Bleus.
And you got a Brazil top on.
Yep.
Are they a second team?
It has R9. It had R9 in the back, but the number 9 just fell off.
Oh, that's okay. It's a cool top, isn't it? Anyway, so you're more than allowed to wear that. Right. So you guys know how this works because you've listened before, and the loser has to do a forfeit. What is the forfeit for Ludo if you lose?
So if I lose, I have to invite Henri to a 2026 World Cup game in the US or Canada.
Oh, okay. And what about Henri?
It's not going to happen, but if I lose, I have to remove every piece of evidence that Argentina won the World Cup from this house.
Right, brilliant. Who is going to go first?
You will.
Okay. Ooh, pressure on me.
How do you reckon your football knowledge is then, Ludo?
Below average.
Yeah, and what about you, Henri?
I'd say it's pretty decent.
Okay, good, nice and confident. That's what we like to see. So, Ludo, you're going first. Question numero uno, number 1 for you is this: Blackburn Rovers has what sort of flower in their football crest? Is it A, a rose? Is it B, a sunflower? Or is it C, a tulip?
I have no idea. It'd be a random answer. I would say C.
C, a tulip, is incorrect. Oh. It's A rose. So it's 0-0. Henri, question number 2 is for you. This is your first question. Rangers FC Stadium is called the Ibrox, and the Ibrox sells out almost every single game due to the support base that the club have. What is the capacity of the stadium? Is it A, over 30,000? Is it B, over 40,000? Or is it C, over 50,000?
I'd like to say C, over 50,000.
C, over 50,000. Are you sure? You're locking that one in?
Pretty sure.
Okay. C, 50,000 is... it's correct.
Yay! So it's
1-0. Okay, question number 3. Your second question, Ludo, is this. Prince William is the president of the FA. Which football team is the team that he follows? Is it A, Arsenal? Is it B, Aston Villa? Or is it C, Chelsea?
I'm pretty sure it's Aston Villa. B.
B, Aston Villa is correct.
Yes.
Good job.
So it's 1-1, but this could go to 2-1. Henri, get ready. This is your question. In 2018, Liverpool made it to the Champions League final against Real Madrid. They scored 1 goal in that game. Who scored it? Was it A, Mo Salah? Was it B, Sadio Mane? Or was it C, Daniel Sturridge?
I completely forgot, so I'm just going to have to say Sadio Mane. Random answer.
Sadio Mane is incorrect. It was A, Mo Salah. Okay, so scores are 1-1 still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1-1, yeah.
Good. Oh, here we go. Here, a French question for a Frenchman.
Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe's shirt number when he plays for the French national side is what? Is it A, 9? Is it B, 10? Or is it C, 11?
Oh, can you please repeat the question? I didn't get the...
Kylian Mbappe's shirt number when he plays for the French national side is what? Is it A, 9, B, 10, or C, 11?
Oh, I don't remember. Okay, let's say 10.
You don't seem very confident about that.
Mm-hmm. Is it 10?
You should be, because it's correct.
Yes.
2-1.
2-1. Okay, this is question number 6 in this episode of Kids versus Adults. And the question is for you, Henry. And it is, Sergio Ramos generally plays in what part of the pitch? A, defence, B, in goal, or C, up front?
I'd like to say defense.
You'd like to say it, you've said it, and it's the correct answer. So it's 2-2. Going into question 7. Okay, Ludo. Mary Earps played over 100 games for Manchester United, but what team does she play for now? Is it A, Barcelona, B, Lyon, or C, PSG?
Let's say C, PSG.
C, PSG is... Oh, it's correct.
Yes.
So what's the scores now? Is it 3-2?
3-2, yes.
3 for Ludo, 2 for me.
3-2 for you. Okay, and then we're going into question 8. Henry, David Beckham's son Romeo, until very recently, played for what Premier League club? Was it A, West Ham? Was it B, Brentford? Or was it C, Wolves?
West Ham United.
West Ham United is incorrect. It was B, Brentford, and he's retired at something like 24 years old. Okay, going into the penultimate question, and it is 3-2 as it stands. This is a tight game. As a youth player, Beth Mead played for what club? Was it A, Middlesbrough, B, Wigan, or C, Arsenal, where she is now?
Let's say A.
A, Middlesbrough?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a guess?
It's a guess, yes. Let's call that a guess.
It's a good guess, because you are correct. Okay, so 4-2. Let's go for the 10th and final question. Henry, Gary Lineker is a football legend, but which Spanish team did he once play for? Was it A, Barcelona, B, Atletico Madrid, or was it C, Real Madrid?
C, Real Madrid.
C, Real Madrid. Are you sure? You don't want to change your answer?
I'm sure.
Unfortunately, it's incorrect because it's A, Barcelona. So the game ends 4-2 to Ludo. Ludo, remind us what Henry's forfeit is.
Yeah, no more Messi posters, no more Argentina jersey in the house anymore. We have to get rid of everything now. Only French team posters and Mbappe only.
Well done. There were some tough questions in there, and depending on where you're living in the world, if you guys living in Canada, some of those were really hard. Yeah. So well done. You still did fantastically. Now, I think we're going to need to do a rematch at some point, aren't we? I think in the next series, we definitely need a rematch. I'm all over that. We'll get the contracts sent over for the rematch with a lucrative offer of 2 bags of Haribo. Right. So before we go and say goodbye and all of that other stuff, is there any shout outs or messages that you want to send to anyone in your football team, your mates, your family, whoever it is?
Just to Mom. Hey, Nicole. She's with us today, and just to let you know, Darren, we love your podcast, and every time there is a new episode, we either listen to it together, or myself in the car, or Henri in his room. So always a pleasure to listen new stories about teams, players, and football in general. It's always super interesting for kids and adults too.
Yeah, love that. Thank you very much. You wouldn't believe how many adults listen to it. I get lots of emails from adults who haven't even got children, and they listen to it, which always makes me laugh. What about you, Henri? Anyone, any of your friends or family?
No, not really. Just my mom.
Just your mum. Shout out to mum. There we go. That's 2 shout outs from mums. And any episode requests?
Have you ever done an episode on Olympique de Marseille, which is actually the first and only club who won the Champions League in France?
No, I haven't, but we can put it on the list.
Oh yeah, and there are some pretty famous British players, and they're still pretty famous in Marseille. Like Chris Waddle is a legend in Marseille. So
okay, yeah. Right. Well, needs to get that on there. I'm trying to work out what my next Super Week's going to be, and I think, and it genuinely is, it's not just because I'm chatting to you, as I've been thinking about doing a French Super Week, because I ended the last one with the free passer and Kylian Mbappe, and I was looking through like some of the greatest French players of all time, and the amount of top French players from like legends to the current day is quite something. So yeah, cool. that might be my next one, but thank you very much for your time, guys. Well, a huge, massive, humongous, enormous well done to Ludo for winning that one. And, of course, a massive well done to Henri, who had some seriously tough questions. We will definitely do a rematch, because I've got a feeling that could be a tight one and also an entertaining one as well. Maybe we'll do it in Series 3. Or maybe, if Ludo and Henri are up for a rematch, we could do it right at the end of Series 2. Either way, we'll work it out and we'll make it happen. Right then, like I said, this is a double episode. And next up, it's Dad Dan, who will be taking on his kids, Sebi and Oscar, in a 2 versus 1. And may I add, it's the first ever 2 versus 1. Will it be another victory for the adults? Will we need that bonus question? And what will the forfeits be this time? Right, so who have I got playing today then?
Me, Sebi, him, Oscar, him, Dad or Dan.
Okay, so Sebi and Oscar. So this is the first time we've had. Well, actually, blimey, I've just realised. In 2 episodes, we're going to have a 2 versus 1. And this is this will be the first ever recorded one. So Sebi and Oscar versus Dad or Dan. Let's start by asking you to say your name, your age, and which football team you support. Do you want to go first, Sebi?
I am 9-year-old. I'm 9 years old. My name is Sebi, but like my nickname is Sebi, but my real name is Sebastian. And I support Blackburn and Everton.
Blackburn and Everton. That is quite a combination, I tell you. Good for you. Well done, Sebi. And Oscar, tell us about you, your name, your age, and who you support.
My name is Oscar. I'm 7 years old. I support 50% Blackburn Rovers, 50% Man City.
Oh, where did the Manchester City come from?
He likes Haaland.
Yeah. Really Haaland. Yeah, my 2 sons like Haaland as well, so I can't blame you. So we've got City, Everton, and Blackburn. Right then, Dad, tell us who you are. You don't have to tell us how old you are, and well, tell the listeners who you support. I can see that you've got a particular football top on.
My name's Dan or Dad. I'm a big Blackburn fan, which is why the boys get punished with Rovers supportership. But they're trying to fight away from it.
I already support Blackburn 50%. If Everton get relegated, Blackburn.
There's still time. There's still time. No, you should support your dad's support. I stand by that. I wish my kids had followed in that rule, but they didn't. Because as you know, I support Portsmouth, and the fantastic Fratton Park is behind me. And who did my son support? Chelsea. Chelsea. Blimmin' Chelsea. Anyway, that's enough about Chelsea.
Okay.
Right, Sebi and Oscar, if you win today and you beat Dad Dan, what is the forfeit for Dad Dan?
He has to stand outside in his underwear saying, "I am bad at football" on the streets for a minute.
And has he agreed to this?
Yes.
No.
Reluctantly.
Wow. I tell you what, I've heard it all now. And Dan, if you win, what is the forfeit for Sebi and Oscar?
I will be expecting, as will my lovely wife, a coffee every morning for the rest of the month at breakfast
For
time.
the rest of the, or for
Just
a
a month.
month.
The rest of the
okay.
month. Thank you.
I'll do
So
yes.
that's just over 2 weeks. Okay, a little bit of chores. Right, who's going to go first then?
He can go first, then we'll just take
You
it in
two,
turns.
one.
If he doesn't
No,
know,
don't do it joint.
pass it on to me.
Do it joint.
Okay.
But you guys go first, then me.
So you guys, Sebi and Oscar, you can work out the answer between you. Okay, so you've got 2 brains, and Dad Dan's got 1 brain. Now, a lot of these questions, if you've been listening to the podcast recently, then they'll be quite helpful if you have. And here we go for question number 1. And before I start, please keep track of the scores, because I am terrible when it comes to reading the questions, recording, and doing all the scores. Good. And we'll agree on what the scores are as we go through. Right, Sebi and Oscar, question number 1 is for you two. Remember, you could be making coffees for the rest of the month, or you could be laughing at Dad Dan as he stands outside in his pants and shouts, "I'm bad at football." Which one is it going to be? We'll soon find out. Question number 1 is, Jared Bowen's first ever Premier League club was who? Was it A, Wolves, B, Hull, or was it C, Wigan?
C, Hull. Hull.
Hull. Right, you both in agreement with that?
Yeah, Hull.
Yeah, okay.
Last episode we
Good.
listened to.
There we go. That's the correct answer. So it is 1-0 to Sebi and Oscar. Okay, Dad Dan, get ready for your question, which is question number 2 on my list, which is this. Which team has won the most Premier League titles? Is it A, Manchester United? Is it B, Manchester City? Or is it C, Chelsea?
Now, I should definitely know this, but I'm between Man United and Man City, and I think the answer is Man United, but I'm not totally sure.
Don't help him out, boys. Come on.
I'll say Man United.
Okay, he's going for A, Manchester United, and that is the correct answer. So it's 1-1. Manchester United have won 13 titles. So they are top of the list. Not that they've won a title for a very long time, but there you go. It is 1-1. Question number 3. Sebi and Oscar, get ready. In the 2024-25 season, how many London teams feature in the Premier League? So that's this season. How many London teams feature in the Premier League? Is it A, 5? Is it B, 6? Or is it C, 7?
5. Chelsea. No. Let's do 5. 5.
Okay, you're going for A, 5. And that is the incorrect answer. It is C, 7. Do you want to know what they are?
Yeah.
Arsenal. Arsenal, Brentford, Chelsea, Palace, Fulham, Tottenham and West Ham.
I should have known about Tottenham. Should have known that.
Right, so it's still 1-1. Here we go, Dad Dan. Cole Palmer, or should we call him Cold Palmer, plays for Chelsea. But when he plays for Chelsea, what is his shirt number? Is it A, 20, B, 10, or is it C, 11?
It's number 10, I think.
Are you locking that answer in?
I will lock that one in.
Okay, Cole Palmer plays for Chelsea and his shirt number is... It is A, 20. Which makes it 1-1 still. Okay, Sebi and Oscar, are you ready for your next question?
Yes.
Good. You got a shot that you had a lifeline there. Think about all those coffees you could be making. Karim Benzema now plays in the Saudi Pro League. Before that, he played over 400 games for Real Madrid. Who did he play for before he played for Real Madrid? Was it A, Lyon? Was it B, Ajax? Or was it C, FC Porto?
I think it was Liano.
FC Porto.
Liano.
Okay.
Liano.
Leon.
Okay, I'm going to take that answer because that is the correct answer. It was A, Lyon.
Don't high-five it too much.
Okay, Dad Dan, get ready for your next question, which is this. Alexia Putellas has the highest rating on the game FIFA last year, but what team has she played for since 2012? Is it A, Real Madrid? Is it B, Barcelona? Or is it C, Arsenal?
I'm going to say Barcelona, although I'm not so familiar with the ladies' game.
So B, Barcelona is locked in. And that is correct.
Correct. I knew it.
So that makes it 2-2, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, this is tight.
Cool.
Oh, this is so tight.
Right, the next question then, boys, get ready. Which of these players has the most caps for Portugal? Is it A, Pepe? Is it B, Luis Figo? Or is it C, Bernardo Silva?
I think it's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. Pepe. Is that correct?
A Pepe. Oh, is correct.
We don't shout.
Which makes it 3-2. Yeah? Okay. Dad Dan, get ready. This is a tight game. You've got some contestants on your hand here. Your opponents are tough and they know their stuff. And that rhymes. Right, get ready. Chelsea star Nicholas Jackson plays for what country? Is it A, Senegal? Is it B, Ghana? Or is it C, Morocco?
Senegal, I think. I'm going with Senegal. Locked in.
A, Senegal is correct.
Oh, 3-3.
He really doesn't want to stand outside in his pants and shout, "I'm rubbish at football," does he?
He doesn't.
Okay, we've got 2 questions left. One for each of you, or one for each team. Okay, Sebi and Oscar. Spain and Arsenal keeper David Raya played for what club before he joined the Gunners, aka Arsenal? Was it A, Lyon? Was it B, Atletico Madrid? Or was it C, Brentford?
Brentford.
I think it was Atletico Madrid.
Brentford.
It's in Spain.
Brentford.
So, come on.
Go with us.
Brentford.
Okay, I'm just Brentford. Put 9.
C, Brentford, locked in. Is it the correct answer?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Could have been Blackburn, Darren.
It could have been, but it wasn't. Right, the last one. And it's 4-3.
Yeah.
All right, no pressure, Dad Dan. But if you don't get this right, they've won.
Oh, dear.
And it's not an easy question either.
Yay!
65 times 3,000 divided by 200. No, I'm joking. Neymar Jr. played for both. Well, let me start that again. Neymar Jr. played for PSG, Santos, and he also played for Barcelona. But which one of those teams did he play the most games for? Was it A, Santos? Was it B, PSG? Or was it C, Barcelona? So which one of those teams did he play the most games for?
That's very tricky, Dan. Very tricky.
It is. It's a hard one.
He was injured a little bit at PSG, and he was there for 4 or 5 years. He was at Barcelona for quite a good amount of time, and Santos for quite a good amount of time. I'm going to say, I've already said Barcelona as the answer to one question, so I'm going to say Santos. Okay,
A, Santos. Is it correct for it to go to the bonus question, to the tiebreaker? Will it end 4-4? He played for PSG 112 times. He played for Barcelona 123 times. But how many times did he play for Santos? It was 177, which means you are correct.
It's a tiebreaker.
Oh, no.
Tiebreaker. This is a good one. So, as I said to you at the start, so we don't go to sudden death questions anymore. We go to a bonus question, and the person who is closest wins. Who is going to get this? Right, I'm going to get the answer from you boys first, okay? How many goals has Lionel Messi scored for his country of Argentina? Just for Argentina.
Okay, let's guess. 133. 133? 150.
150, yeah?
Yeah, 150.
Okay. Right, Dad Dan, what you saying?
I think it's hard to know. I don't know how. I'm going to say 151. And then if it's more than 150, I win and I can taste the coffee.
Literally. Well, okay, so we've got 150 and 151. Well, I can tell you that Lionel Messi, for his country of Argentina, who he won the World Cup with not that long ago, who is probably the most famous Argentinian player of all time, along with Diego Maradona, has scored 109 goals for them, which makes Sebi and Oscar the winners.
Yes,
Can you believe it?
Let's go.
Well done, boys. Good game.
GG.
Some good handshakes going on there. We like that. So, Sebi and Oscar, just remind the listeners of what Dad Dan's forfeit is.
He has to go outside in his underwear saying, "I am terrible at football."
On the side of the street for a minute.
And do you live in an area where people might be able to see this, Dad Dan?
Yes.
Yeah, we live on a compound.
Well, let's hope nobody calls the police.
Let's hope.
Fantastic. Well done. Really good knowledge there. Excellent. And before we go and we say goodbye, have you got any episode requests? And also, have you got any shout outs you want to do for any friends, teammates, family members, whoever? The floor is yours. Take it away.
I would like to give a shout out to my friend Harris, who's in my class, best friend, but he doesn't listen to the podcast. So Harris, if you're listening to this, listen to the podcast more, okay?
Very good.
Oscar?
I would like to make a shout out to my friend William, because he got Player of the Week in my football training and Player of the Day.
Very good. Well done to William. Well said. And Dan, have you got any shout outs?
No, I'm very happy to be here. I know you're thinking about what to do next. Alan Shearer, for a Blackburn fan, would be a good one. I know that's on the list somewhere.
Yeah, no, we like Alan Shearer. We've been meaning to make that episode for a long time, so that one will be on there. Don't you worry. Well, a massive well done to the boys, Sebi and Oscar. Your dad was a serious contender, and let me tell everybody listening, the determination and the focus on his face told me everything. He didn't want to lose that for all the money or all the pride or all the everything in the world. And may I just add a little disclaimer. Football for Kids and Rees Media disclaim any responsibility for Dad Dan standing outside in daylight wearing his underpants. Should this occurrence hinder the sale of your house, please address the matter with Sebi and Oscar, who bear full responsibility. Terms and conditions do apply. Bloody bloody blah bloody blah bloody blah. I hope that you really enjoyed this episode of Football for Kids, Kids versus Adults, and don't you worry, there will be more of these coming out over the next few weeks. So remember, if you know someone who loves football just as much as you do, then please tell them about Football for Kids. And whether you're playing football soon, watching it on the telly, or pitch side, I hope that you enjoy the game. See you next time.